Do you remember CubeWorld? It was one of the most disappointing video game flops of all time in my opinion. Only game I was more disappointed by was Ace of Spades, the voxel-based shooter with block-by-block building capabilities and classes like TF2. By the way guys, go support the ult pre-Jagex version here. Anyways, CubeWorld was and still is compared to Minecraft, so after being inspired by AsianHalfSquat's Elden Ring and LowResBones trailer videos, I've decided to attempt turning Minecraft into CubeWorld with mods. The vibe I wanted to achieve was exploration over anything, as what I remember doing the most in the CubeWorld alpha when I was a kid was running around the map to different villages, getting quests, and then dying on the way to them. Of course, loot was also a part of this. Let's go over some of the base mods. First and foremost, we've got Fabric running the entire thing. Fabric is really good in my opinion, and to make it even faster, we've got Sodium, Chunky, Distant Horizons. These are going to massively increase your FPS. They're going to offset some of the lag-inducing stuff that we throw in later. Distant Horizons has got to be my favorite out of these, since it completely changes the way that I play the game. Then, you want to download EMF and ETF, Entity Model Features and Entity Texture Features, so you can get fresh animations working. This adds a lot of soul to the game, making it more cute, like CubeWorld's animations. Traveler's titles for entering new biomes really sets the mood, and throw on 3D skin layers and wavy capes for a nice, polished look. Since CubeWorld's textures were pretty simple, I'm going to keep the default Minecraft textures on, but feel free to use any resource pack that works with fresh animations. I think the shaders are going to carry though. CubeWorld being a third-person game is going to need us to install better third-person. This mod is awesome. My favorite feature in this is that you can look around you as you tower up. With Distant Horizons, that's a very useful feature. Make sure to install accessories, we're going to need those slots. And last but not least, we're going to install Iris for shaders. We're going to use Iteration 3.2, which I believe is free. And we're going to round out these base mods with every single RPG series dependency. Runes, gazebos, spell engine, etc. Just download them all. Now, in my opinion, this is the mod of the video. Okay, I know it's a collection of mods, but they all talk to each other, so I'm considering it one mod. Are the RPG series of Wizards, Archers, and Arsenal. These, plus trinkets from RPG, as well as artifacts, are the perfect mods for whimsical items and abilities. They add awesome spells and awesome items, all while feeling weirdly vanilla. Let's start by covering how the spell books work. Again, this is only for Wizards and Archers. Arsenal is a little bit more for weapon variety, and you can leave Arsenal out or you can add more of the RPG series if you want. So you make a spell table, which is like an enchantment table, and then you enchant a book with one of multiple categories. Archery skills, fire, arcane, frost, and more. Then once you choose which of those paths you want to enchant your book, you can further enchant that specific fire or bow book with fire or bow spells. Then, throw it in your spellbook slot, you can do awesome spells and effects like multi-shot from your bow, meteors from your sky, and more. There are many spells in this. Dig deep, find your playstyle. Next is KnightQuest, and this mod adds a lot of awesome armor and weapons. It actually has over 30 unique sets of armor, and even more awesome weapons like Uchikatanas, great swords, cleavers, daggers, and more. My favorite armor is definitely the Squire set. From the dependencies, you're going to have trinkets from RPGs, and as I said earlier, you're going to have artifacts. Trinkets gives you RPG-specific things, like for example, a item that gives you extra spell haste or extra fire spell damage, while artifacts actually give you awesome items to be looted from chests that are general, like a steak that never runs out when you eat it, and a heart charm on your belt that gives you 5 extra hearts. Jewelry from the RPG dependencies is in this category. It adds awesome jewelry as well. These can be found in chests or crafted with gem ores, and they encourage exploration by giving you also better buffs. Since I think exploration is so important, I went ahead and added Deeper plus Darker. This mod adds an actual reason to go kill the Warden by adding a tier above Netherite. I think this is fair, as sonically charged Shriek can go fuck. Mutant Monsters adds getting jump scared in by a 10-foot tall skeleton, and Enderman, which is fun. You got combat roll and better combat. These are always welcome. They make the combat look great, especially with all of the extra weapons we added. And last but not least is the gliding mod. You know we had to add it. Let's go. Now, gameplay is awesome, but I remember a sense of scale from the CubeWorld world. The CubeWorld's world. The world of cubes. Anyway, this is going to be rapid fire because all of these add structures, change the terrain, or do both, so let's go. Terra Blender is going to be the dependency for this, and the main mod that we're going to use for terrain gen is William Wyther's Overworld mod. God, this mod is beautiful. Huge peaks, lovely valleys, endless expanse of sexy terrain that makes you want to go explore. Biomes O'Plenty, classic, making a return here, adds a lot of awesome biomes that really fit the magical vibe, like this magic biome or these red trees. Throw on Explorations and Explorify, boom, even more structures. Choice Theorem's Overhauled Village is going to make the villages in the game feel a little bit more like CubeWorld, a little bit bigger. Then we're going to add Dungeons and Taverns, Bosses of Mass Destruction, Adora Build Structures, Repurpose Structures, When Dungeons Arise, some of the Young's mods like Young's Better Bridges and Young's Better Mineshafts, Strongholds, Young's Extras, Towns and Towers as well. Nullscape and Incendium for the End and the Nether. Whew, these two are really nice. Just like that, you have a fully populated Minecraft world with things to discover nearly every chunk.